A New Britain mother is demanding answers from her local YWCA where her 2-year-old son choked to death earlier this week. And we are now learning that the center where she trusted her child would be safe has had multiple safety violations in the past and will remain closed until August 24th. Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is in New Britain with more on this story.
This YWCA behind me is at the center of tragedy when Shamira Cook's son, Santi, died on Tuesday. Police say that he died after choking on a meatball. When Cook received the call, that was around 11:47 a.m., the YWCA director told Cook that her son choked on a meatball, but everything was fine. When Cook got to the daycare, she said her son was lying there not breathing. On Wednesday, she held a press conference to demand answers as to how this happened. The YWCA released a statement Wednesday that reads in part, quote, YWCA New Britain staff responded immediately and followed all emergency procedures, including administering age-appropriate first aid and calling 911. Emergency services were contacted and the child's family was immediately notified and involved throughout the process. The child was taken via ambulance to the nearest hospital. Unfortunately, we learned the devastating news that the child had passed away. I looked through the YWCA's child care center's inspections and reports. There are multiple violations in 2024 and 2022. Some of them are self-reported and involve multiple supervision violations. Let's go to 2024, where the most recent reports are. In the report from October 2024, the state found the walls, ceilings, and floors to be inadequate conditions. Exits and hallways were obstructed. Sinks were not up to par. Freestanding cribs were not well constructed. A playground full of hazards and lighting that was not suitable for children. The YWCA was also missing individual care plans that should be signed by parents and staff, which spell out any allergies, special health needs, or disabilities the child may have and how to best care for them. The YWCA had to create a plan to fix all those violations, and the state says those issues have been corrected. Going back to 2022 now, an inspection report from July 1st of that year says a staff member was suspended 5 days after a child was left in the bathroom alone for 5 minutes. Another one from August 11th, 2022 resulted in another staff member being suspended and then terminated. The inspection report says a staff member forcibly held down a child on a cot at nap time with both hands on the child's back while the child was crying hysterically. A third report from September 7th, 2022 resulted in dismissal of staff who left children unsupervised. There were legal resolutions in the last 2 incidents. I've reached out to the YWCA for comment on those reports. It's important to note that parents can look up the YWCA's records on the state's 211 website, and as of right now, this YWCA is closed for the 3rd day in a row. In New Britain, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.